because I tried to upload a video and it failed to upload, and I'm wondering, was it immediately censored because I used the word mask? So I guess I'll just do it live and see what happens then. Um, Live in Wisconsin. Yesterday I saw on Facebook the Wisconsin Health Department notified everyone that they can report online people who are not wearing masks. This was very upsetting to me. Of course, in the news feed was people, yay, hooray, we finally have recourse for those selfish people who refuse to wear masks, who are going to make us all die, get sick and die. I've been taking mask abuse on Facebook for quite some time. I don't wear a mask for health reasons, which are my personal prerogative to keep to myself. I have gone to Walmart, and 99% of the people are wearing masks, and it's very difficult. You need to be brave, and I have taken sneers, people mumbling under their breath, selfish, bitch, who the hell do you think you are? Parents who take their children and rip them away from me, that like I'm a disease, like I'm a walking disease. People who see me in the aisle quickly turn away, run away from me. So at any rate, that's been going on. So they could not report me. So I called our local health department to inquire about this and said, you have just emboldened all these people to further harass. I said, what is your intent here? Are they to come up to me now and get my name and address? If I refuse that, do we have an altercation? Do they follow me to my car, write my license number down, and then they report it to the health department? You know, and then what happens? You're going to arrest me? What's the protocol? Well, I learned that it will be reported to the Environmental Health Sanitary Director, the Environmental Health Sanitary Director. And then from there, he will determine if it's a pattern of abuse, and then he will turn it over to the district attorney for prosecution for a civil fortitude. I believe that's the correct word, akin to a speeding ticket, $200 fine. I did call the DA's office and asked, so failure to pay the fine, will that accumulate and eventually they take away your license? And they couldn't answer that. My guess is yes. So that's become severe, that you could potentially lose your driver's license. So when I was talking to the health department, and in their defense, the lady that I spoke with was patient, kind, very forthcoming, seemed, at least through her verbal, to appreciate my concerns. So when I pushed her a little bit further of, you've now emboldened these people who already are emboldened, because you can't recognize who they are. There's this anonymity, and they feel they can be cruel and vicious and self-righteous and, shame you because you can't tell who they are, and probably could never recognize them again in your community because they're all masked up. More and more are wearing a hat. All you can see is their eyes. She said, well, and this is what I thought, is that they're going to be going after businesses, places. So I'm like, really? We're going to go attack our private businesses even more? It's not bad enough that they're all struggling, barely hanging on, and less people want to go out, like myself. I can't, all these masked people, for me, it's like a nightmare. And it also breaks my heart. I see these very, very old people, older than myself, in this 90-degree heat with 80% humidity, masked up, walking through the hot parking lot. I truly worry. I'm like, oh my, they all believe they have to wear them outside. They all believe they have to. I see so many masked people alone, the couples. alone with them. They live with each other, right? More than likely, masked up in their cars driving. This community seems particularly bad. Not as bad as Kohler, which I'll tell you about that. I went with my daughter to a very high-end golf course, Black Wolf Run, and there was a restaurant, and beautiful, had to be $100 sign, all gray, high-end typeset. You know, we require masks. And I went in without my mask. My daughter had a mask and said, I'm evoking the medical exemption outlined in Governor Evers' executive order. And she said, where are your papers? I said, what do you mean, my papers? I don't carry papers of any kind. And, well, then where's your doctor excuse? I said, the order does not require a doctor's excuse. Try to get a doctor's excuse, how difficult it even is for your remember my kids, they fever 102, you know, can you give us a doctor's letter that they shouldn't go back to school? You'd be lucky if you could get them to do it and be one day. They're very, very hesitant to write anything out because of liability. I said, does not require any papers. And they were taking temperatures there. And I said, I do not have a temperature. I said, at my age, I know when I'm running a fever. And I said, if I was running a fever, I wouldn't be coming out dining. I said, I don't need you to tell me that I'm sick. Well, you have to come in, take your temperature. We drove a good hour. I drove 2 hours to get there. So 3-hour drive to go to this place we wanted to eat at. My daughter's like, come on, Mom, let him take your temperature. So I said, I'll take the temperature under protest. So, but before I did that, we wanted to eat outside. Everywhere else that I've eaten outside, you just sit outside and you don't need a mask on. So, but I had to walk through the restaurant to get outside. However, there was an alternative way around the restaurant to get to the outdoor dining. But she insisted I walked through the restaurant, and then therefore I needed a mask. I said, well, I don't have a mask, but I have in my purse for such occasions a scarf. So I put my scarf on. They said, nope, you can't walk through the restaurant in that scarf. You must wear this medical mask that we have on the table here. And I went over there, and they're made in China. I said, I'm not wearing any mask made in China. Just today, someone showed a mask with the fibers coming off and how people are breathing these very inexpensive, cheap masks into getting the fibers into their lungs, and the infections and the inflammation that are occurring. I will not wear a mask from China. I've seen too many videos where they're all, and maybe some of you have seen it, they're literally barefoot. Maybe these were made in India, I'm not sure, look like China. And they're just zoom, zoom. There's no sanitation whatsoever. And they're picking these masks off the floor. None of them are gloved. They're snipping them and then piling them into the box. It's ridiculous. This is, I will not wear a mask from China. So we had to leave. We had to leave. I called the manager. The manager, nope, that's our policy. Now, this is the American Club. I don't know how many of you know this, a very high-end, I thought conservative area. Kohler's, a beautiful, I thought it was conservative. I mean, my God, there were dogs in mass. I never saw such a community masked up to the hilt. And the director from the American Club said, nope, it's our prerogative. We're a private business. We can do to you whatever we want, quote unquote, do to you whatever we want. Never apologized. Said, you know, Walmart makes you wear a mask. And I said, well, Walmart even has a religious exemption. They honor Governor Evers. Nobody there hassles you. You can walk through. I've done it several times. So I said, well, that's not, that's not true. You're not honoring my exemption. And of course, and he said, well, we just want to keep everybody. And I said, don't say it. Don't say it. Safe. This word triggers me now. I get the whole triggering thing. I understand it. Well, it's for your safety. It's for your safety. It's for your safety. They took down our, in my neighborhood, beautiful neighborhood, wooded. We all have signs on our numbers on our houses like normal people. without our knowledge, nobody knew about it. They came and they put these gargantuan big blue signs with a 6-digit number. They stuck it in the middle of my garden. We had no say where they put them. I called my village, and guess what their answer was? Why they did it? Yes, for our safety. For our safety. I can't remember the frickin' number. Most people can't. I'm still resorting to my old number that I've known for 20 years. So they're going to safety us to death. There's a lot of, I don't know if it's just people are so uneducated and they don't know history. This peace and safety was what, Hitler, moved in. Watch this video. I guess there's all these words that you can't say. Is that one of them? I don't know. I'm going to stop this now. I'm going to resume again. I'm going to see if this even posts. Thank you. I don't even know how to turn this off. Okay, so I don't know how to stop this, and I've turned it around. My goodness. Hello. I don't know how to turn this thing off. Really sorry. No idea how this is turned off. That turns it around. Does anybody know how to turn this off? Of course, nobody's watching. Do I just hit yes?